We are with the Tony and Grammy award-winning producer, Jet Tolentino. Kababayan po natin ito. Hi, Jet.
Hello, G.
We are very excited to be in Seattle for Here Lies Love. You are doing 2 shows to benefit PhilPro. Let's talk about why did you decide that Here Lies Love was a show that you wanted to support?
Well, I was a part of the producing team back in New York, and we also took the show to London. And both productions were very successful, and people are asking, where is the show? So it's the challenge there is the setting, as for those who've seen it. So this production in Seattle is an experimentation to do it in a proscenium theater. So far it's doing good. You know, the responses have been overwhelming. And I'm getting the 2 nights to benefit the PhilPro, Filipino Young Leaders Program.
On their website, they do say that the Filipino Young Leaders Program started with a promise to build momentum and work together with young Filipino-American leaders across the nation. Jet Tolentino tells us more.
PhilPro is so important to me because it targets the 2nd and 3rd generations of Filipinos who are not familiar with our culture, our traditions. So what PhilPro does is it's an annual search for the top 10 hybrid of Filipino Americans in the United States. And they're sent to an immersion program to the Philippines. They get to meet the Makati Business Club, get to know the right connections. And the applicants, the delegates are asked for their flagship programs. So for me, it's education and the performing arts. So, and also we get to build homes for Habitat for Humanities. We get to visit depressed areas and stuff like that. So basically, it's an introduction of the Philippines to, it's like sort of a birthright. So it's important to me because, it's getting people together, and, Filipinos have come in the middle and support what's common amongst us. So I love that.
Tolentino says that Here Lies Love is personal to him for the fact that there has never been a Filipino story on the Broadway stage.
In over 100 years of on-Broadway history, there had not been one show about the Philippines. Our Filipino artists have been telling stories on Saigon, which is Vietnam, Thailand for King and I, Flower Drum Song for China, Allegiance for Japan, Evita for Argentina, Les Mis for France. Where are we as the Philippines? So it's high time that we as Filipinos, the Filipino artists, should tell the stories as we are. And most of the 2nd, 3rd, 4th gens are not familiar with martial law. So this is the coolest way to educate them, right? We get to dance, we get to jump, we get to sing along.
Through the power of the theater, the historical context of the Philippines is told through song and dance. Here's a sneak peek. Conrad Ricamora, the actor who plays Ninoy, tells us more. At kausap natin si Conrad Ricamora. Hello, how are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm very excited to be talking to Ninoy.
Yeah, I get the honor to play him. It's such an amazing journey that he had with the Philippines.
Conrad describes how Here Lies Love remains relevant in today's political climate.
I think it's so important for Here Lies Love to be told, especially right now, because I think there is such a division within from the way governments are being run to what the people really are needing and wanting. And there's so much of big businesses are entrenched in government. And I think what happens when greed occupies government, then the people are the ones that lose out. And that's what you really see through the rise and fall of Imelda Marcos and the People Power Revolution, is that, we create these icons like Donald Trump, like the leaders that are coming up in Europe right now. And the people that are attaching all of their hopes and dreams to these people that they see on TV, when those people disappoint them, then they're the ones left to pay the bill. And I think it's really just important to realize that what we need to do is to take care of each other and to not idolize people so much.
Ricamora also says that this opportunity to play Ninoy is something that's very new in his career.
Oh yeah, this is my first time playing a Filipino character. As a Filipino American, it's such an honor, and it's teaching me so much of a history that's in my blood that I never knew. When my dad came over, he came over from the Philippines when he was 10, and he never talked about the Philippines when we were growing up. He didn't teach us Tagalog, so it was kind of like this whole culture, this whole experience that was just kind of forgotten. And it's funny, I haven't talked to him about it, but I wonder if if it had to do with him getting teased when he came over, if he wanted to make sure that his kids were like American and like not getting teased. But we lost this richness, this culture that I'm now learning about through Here Lies Love. And I think so many people, so many Asian Americans, let alone Filipino Americans, lose that part of themselves when they try to assimilate into American culture. So I think it's really important to keep those stories alive.
We have Brandon Abraham, the artistic director of Seattle Rep, to thank for bringing our Filipino stories to the stage here in Seattle.
Well, it's an amazing group of actors from all over the world. We're very fortunate to have so many of the principals who did the show in both New York and Marc, who did the show in London, as well as some of the new folks that have joined the cast. So it's a wonderful family of actors who are from both the original production and new, and it's a show that I think inspires devotion to the process and to the performance at every level, and you can see it in how this cast has really come together and how they support each other and how much joy they bring to the experience every night for our audiences. And so as a producer, that kind of joy is infectious, and this whole building has been, I think, really buoyed by the enthusiasm and the commitment of this incredible, talented cast.
It's definitely an incredible, talented cast, led by actress J.G. Macapugay, who plays Imelda. We are with actress J.G. Macapugay, who plays Imelda in Here Lies Love, here at Seattle Repertory. Hi, JG.
Hello.
We are so excited. We finally get to interview you and talk to you about this amazing experience of Here Lies Love.
I'm so happy to be here, and the fact that the Filipinos have come from Los Angeles to come to our show means the world to us.
The character that J.G. Macapugay plays in Here Lies Love is the iconic Imelda Marcos. Let's hear how this character developed for her.
I play Imelda Marcos in Here Lies Love, and this iconic character, controversial character, has been the challenge of my career. I've been playing her for the last couple years, both at the Public and here at Seattle Rep in New York, and it's been a thrill and an honor. One of the things that I felt I had to grapple with was, how do you play a role that is so controversial? The facts speak for themselves for what the Marcos regime has done. However, for me, the challenge has been able, just like in any role that I play, is to find the humanity in every character. And I think we found it, and I think for the audiences that are gonna come to the show, they're gonna have a great time.
We flew from Los Angeles to Seattle because of the importance and relevance of Here Lies Love to the historical context of the Philippines. J.G. Macapugay insists that Filipino Americans need to see this production.
Filipino Americans need to see Here Lies Love because our history isn't being taught in school. It's general U.S. history. And if they discuss Imelda Marcos and Ferdinand Marcos and the People Power Revolution, many people don't even know what that is. I'll admit, even some of the younger cast members in our show had to be educated on what happened during that time. So there's so many Filipino Americans in the country now, and we are a force, and we want to be able to make our presence known in all areas of life, culture. But you have to know your own history in order to be able to truly be a leader in whatever you're doing.
Marc Bautista plays the counterpart for Imelda as Ferdinand Marcos. Widely recognized as a pop artist in the Philippines, he branches out into musical theater.
Actually, nag-start ako ng theater when I was in high school in my province, sa Cagayan de Oro. And parang Bisaya pa yun ng mga productions lahat. And then I just stopped and nag-concentrate ako sa singing. And then napunta ako sa showbiz. Tapos, ayun, nag-offer sa akin, after ilang years ko, 5 years sa showbiz, nag-offer si Direk Odi Hemora ng isang role for me. So parang first na comeback ko after a long time sa theater. Ito yung Noli Me Tangere. I played the role of Ibarra. So binigay niya sa akin yung role and naginawa niya noon yung role. So ginawa ko siya for a month and then doon na nag-start ulit yung parang passion ko, yung fire ko to do theater again. Doon nag-start sa Noli Me Tangere. And then I did a production with Atlantis, which is Full Monty. So that was it. Hanggang sa nagkaroon ng ito na nga audition for the London production. And hindi ko naman expect na maging successful yung show and all that. Gusto ko lang matry yung ibang parang feeling ko sa career ko that time, parang, okay, I want to try something new, na parang, okay, ano kaya pwede kong gawin pa? Kasi parang feeling ko, ang dami ko, parang nagawa ko na lahat, parang sa teleserye, recording, concerts, and all that. So parang, tinry ko yung theater ulit, and hindi ko in-expect na hanggang Seattle na narating ko because of Here Lies Love. So talagang magandang experiences for me.
Don't miss Marc Bautista as Ferdinand Marcos in Here Lies Love. Marc, tell us, why is it so important that people come and see this production here at Seattle Repertory?
Well, you have to see the show. First of all, ito yung pinakaunang parang Filipino-themed musical na talagang masasabi natin magiging proud tayo dahil meron tayong sariling theme na Filipino musical. And mag-e-enjoy kayo kasi first time na parang itong show is very immersive and talagang interactive at the same time. And hindi kayo mabubore. 90 minutes all throughout, walang intermission. And, the story is very interesting and very timely.
We have followed your career from New York all the way across America, and here you are in Seattle for Here Lies Love. How does it feel?
It's great to be here. Seattle's such a great city. It's such a wonderful city to explore. And I actually lived here a little bit from junior high to a little bit of high school. I went to Foster High School, go Bulldogs. And so it's lovely to be back.
Okay, so let's talk about your character here for Here Lies Love. For people that don't know what the story is about, can you plug us in?
Sure. I play Estrella Cumpas, who is Imelda's childhood nanny, her yaya, and a very close friend. She was only a few years older than Imelda when she was brought in as kind of a mother's helper to help raise the kids, Imelda and her siblings. So she considered herself part of Imelda's family. And as the story goes along, as Imelda rises to power, she kind of gets brushed aside. So I always consider her kind of the heart, the heart of the show. You know, the love and the complexities of the love that she has and the admiration that she has, but also the hurt and the betrayal that she feels too.
Melody Buthiou is a seasoned musical theater actress performing all over the country. What makes Here Lies Love so special to her?
What it means to be a part of Here Lies Love. This is a story that I've connected to ever since I had heard about it, ever since I saw the breakdown of even the characters, and to have the opportunity to play a Filipino and to tell a Filipino story, the story about my parents' history and the reason why so many of our parents left the Philippines under the Marcos regime to come to the United States and start a new life, and what a lot of my cousins and family have fought against in their time there was incredibly powerful to me. And even though I may not have been there myself, every time I tell this story, I feel a connection to it. I feel the importance of people rising up and using their voice and taking their country back. That was real powerful themes in the story for me. So those are the things that I hold on to every night.
Nightly, people have been flocking to the Seattle Repertory Theater to catch Here Lies Love. Let's find out how audiences, young and old, have reacted to the show.
The reception of the show here, I think people have been incredibly receptive, incredibly enthusiastic. It's very exciting, and this production in particular is the largest production ever of Here Lies Love. The amount of people that they fit onto the dance floor and they have in the galleries and in the balcony is more than twice the size of the audience that they were able to fit in the space in New York. So this is a grand experiment, putting this dance floor in a proscenium space. And the audiences in Seattle have been so receptive, so excited. Every night there's a moment where you see the entire dance floor and even people up in the balcony, up on their feet, jumping up and down and screaming and dancing. And it's overwhelming. It's so incredible. It's an incredible sight to see that all of these people are going on this journey with you.
Melody, please invite all our Kababayans that are watching to come up to Seattle to see this performance.
Absolutely. Everyone, all the Kababayan Today, please come on up from Los Angeles going up the coast. You are more than welcome to join us at the disco.
Also joining us at the disco are Filipino ensemble members. Let's get to meet them.
Hi everyone, my name is Jordan De Leon and
Yoo-hoo! I'm Shay Rennie. Hi, this is Renee Alvalario.
Hi everyone, I'm Jay Magis.
Jordan De Leon discusses the political relevance of Here Lies Love in today's society.
I think this show is extremely poignant right now with what's happening in the world today, politically, but especially for us young people who sometimes might feel that we don't have a voice or power to make change. I remember during rehearsal, I texted my dad, who grew up in the Philippines, and I asked him, were you around for this? Did you take part in the People Power Revolution? And he said, I had moved to the US already by the time this happened, but you should know that, and his exact words were, your aunts stood up to tanks with flowers.
The Filipinos in the cast have been having a great time doing the production. However, it's also been a very transformative process for them.
I think it's really important for people to come see this production of Here Lies Love at Seattle Rep, because even me as a child of Filipino immigrant parents to Canada, I didn't really know this story very much. I feel like if you mention, anytime I've mentioned the show to people, they're like, oh, Imelda Marcos, shoes. So it's like, but there's a lot more, especially pertaining to what's going on in the world today. So a lot of the stuff, there's a lot of stuff happening that's very reminiscent of what happened.
I think people should see this production of Here Lies Love at Seattle Rep because it is such an important story and it's so painfully relevant to what's happening in politics today. And I think it's a history, history repeats itself and people forget so easily. And I think, like Jay was saying, us Filipino Americans, even Filipinos in the Philippines, have forgotten about some of this history or never knew about it. So it's just a really important story to tell, and it's fun, and it's touching, and it's moving. I won't give away any spoilers, but it's just a really incredible production.
I think it's important to have this production here at Seattle Rep because, one of my favorite things to do is walk out of the theater in my regular sweats, and so people don't know I was in the show. But my favorite thing to do is hear around me. People are talking about the show. This show is important because it starts a conversation, and I don't want to give out any spoilers either, but you create opinions within the show that you might not support after you leave the theater.
We understand that there is a very special event that's happening in June. Can you share that with us?
Yeah, June 3rd is the Soiree. It's the official kickoff of the Philippine Independence Day celebrations throughout the United States. So I got this night, Saturday 7:30, to gather everybody. The embassy, Philippine embassy out of Washington D.C. is coming, headed by Minister Chua Soto. Conjen Henry Bensarto from LA is coming up also to support, and all the audience will be in Barong in Filipiniana. So 2 hours before the show, we have Sari Sari's tour all throughout here to promote Filipino products. And then we have the show, the Q&A, the meet and greet with the cast, and the Filipino food and drinks after that for free. So I hope everybody would come up. It's high time that we support this. We have to come together to make sure that this show is a success. And the event as well. Tickets are available at www.filpro.org.
All right, Kababayan Today is a proud sponsor of this event, the Philippine Soiree that Jet Tolentino is putting together for FilPro. Congratulations, and we can't wait to be there.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're encouraging all Kababayans to come up to Seattle for the Philippine Soiree of Here Lies Love happening on June 3rd. You can go to filpro.org for tickets. This is brought to you by Jet Tolentino, Grammy and Tony-winning producer. And now, let's take a look once again to Here Lies Love, the trailer. An exclusive on Kababayan Today.
Welcome to Club Millennium!
Hope to see you at the theater for Here Lies Love at the Seattle Repertory.